Hospital, University Hospital, and right now she is our young staff in Taipei Chi Hospital. He's a very active staff in our hospital because he focuses on a lot of such field, including hernia and UTUC, and also a lot of cancer research. Right now, she's our fundamental uh, uh, researcher in Taiwan UTUC researching study group. So today his talk is talking about the Taiwan UTUC registry system and its online follow-up. Let's welcome Dr. Luo.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Chi-Wen. I'm from Taipei Chi Hospital. Today, my assigned topic is discuss about our new developed Taiwan UTUC registry system and the method of our online following up. At first, I have to say thank you to TUOA and Professor Dr. Zhang because of his invitation and Dr. Luo's invitation. Let me have the opportunity to share our experience in the UTUC registry system and our online following up system. When talking about registry system, I think it's not a new idea, but it's very popular and applied in many fields. In Taiwan, it's a pity because we still have not a very good platform for our apply to the registry and to upload our data for the more study. I have to say, as the slide show, I have to say, yes, we want you. We want you to participate in our registry system to collect all of our patients' data for more better research and to help our patients. It's a new system because we just developed it for 2 years, and so far there are many hospitals who want to join us. In here, I have to say thank you to Professor Wu Wen-Zheng from Kaohsiung Medical University Hospital and Professor Zhang because they encouraged us to develop this system before introduction. Big data is very hot issue in recent 10 years. In Taiwan, as very many people know, the National Health Insurance Research Database. It has developed many new studies, and as the hernia study in the Denmark hernia registry, their study has changed our focus of treatment. So I have to say, the world is changing because of the big data. Also, the guideline is changing now. So the registry system could help us to know more about disease and the progression. So I think our registry system may help doctors and many people for UTUC disease. We hope we could make a platform for communication not only in Taiwan but with the other countries because of the registry system. We could collaborate our data for more detailed study, even tissue bank or other study issues. This is our Taiwan UTUC registry group. The list was the hospital that we need to join us. In here, I have to highlight some hospitals. First, the National Taiwan University Hospital, and the Kaohsiung Chang'e Memorial Hospital, and the Kaohsiung Medical University Hospitals. Because these three hospitals has many contributions to the study of UTUC in Taiwan. And in here, I have to say thank you to two professors from Kaohsiung because they're willing to support us and encourage us to the development. Our registry system is a newborn one. So we started study since 2017 in Taipei in the end of 2017. And we held the seasonal meeting to discussion about our schedule and share and check out the registry item I will introduce later. how we develop these items. So hope all the patients, all doctors could join us and share their data. This data list is in so far we have maybe 600, more than 600 patients, because many hospitals still waiting for the approval of the institutional review board. So maybe we hope this our database could keep expanding and to enrich our data. This drug study. And I have to list some patients is our primary result because we are only just maybe 600 patients. We have see different patient group, and the most I have to say later is that the following rate is quite low because many of people lost of follow-up because differential reasons. And this is our tumor profile. I think with the data, we could show more results and more detail. In the past, we used to use Excel or maybe Google Forms to create our database. However, it's a fixed, so we try to use a commercial online registry system because it's more flexible. We could adjust our items from the initial, and during the discussion, we could change our items and online. So we could use a uniform standard platform. Every doctor could fill in and upload their data so that we could have a uniform data and avoid some missing data. It's an electronic form, so you do not have to worry about you lose of some data once your computer is broken down. And the next one, because our hospital and maybe some hospital has agreed with use the following protocol based on NCCN guidelines, so we develop our own following up protocol, and this was set up in our hospital. So we could use our standard protocol to treat our patients. So with the standard protocol and the standardized record, we could schedule to book our patient to back to our hospital for following up. If then loss of follow-up, we could use the online social communicating software to contact with them to avoid the losing follow-up. So in here, the next topic I have to say about is about the social communicating software and how we use them. So far, this year we have maybe 30 patients of UTUC and receive our treatment, and more the other patients were also including our online following up. I think most of the patients were still online to receive our following up. It's a big problem for doctors because it may invade our privacy because the online we have to receive all this message and how do we interact with patients. In here we will share our experience. First I have to say talk about the benefit. Compared to the traditional social media like magazine, television, or newspapers, it's just a one-way communication method. We could only tell patients what we want. But with the introduction of Facebook, YouTube, or even Twitter, they could help us to educate or even have both-way communication with patients, have interactions. This is the American president, Mr. Trump. He is a famous Twitter. Also in Taiwan, it's quite famous because of the mayor of Taipei City, Professor Ko. He's very famous, and he now starts to use Line for the receiving following, to interact with the citizens or with his fans. Also, there are many people use Facebook to share their research results, and many, like ASCO, they share the conference insight, even use live broadcast. It's ASCO. So they will share many new informations through the Facebook with their followers to share more information. In Taiwan, most people use Line as a social communicating software. And from the age group, all age group more than about 90% they use Line, and more than 74 people they use Line within 1 week. So we adapt this to interact with our patients or patient's family. In here, this is our setting. We use it's a UTUC restrict group, following up group. So if patient have since admission and received surgery, before they discharge, we'll tell them, get them a QR code or name card or even Line. They could add on to our registry, get onto our Line app. In the Line app, we could discuss with patient if they have any problem before or after the treatment, or any new treatment suggestion. If they have question, they could ask later from the online system. Also, we could publish some new articles or some activities. If they want, we could share those broadcasts to them so they could have new information before they came to or discuss with before the treatment. For example, like me, I will share people how we perform the intravesical chemotherapy. So I will make some slides to them and tell them how we do. So before their treatment, maybe they have questions, they could get solved before ask us. So with the follow-up protocol, we could use standard record and the social communication software to fulfill our data and avoid missing data. So another problem is this part of my life? I think many people or doctors have questions about this. To me, I have to say no, because before you introduction this to your patients, you could tell them to reset your resting time before you give your QR code. Tell them maybe I will rest them after 7, so avoid this message after 7 unless you have emergency. And also, it's a teamwork. In my hospital, all of the doctors or the administrator of this Line app, so that if patient have question, they publish it, post this on the through Line app. Doctors, if they see these problems, they could answer as soon as possible. So we don't have to worry about this. It will too much message will bother our life. Another some tips maybe I have to say is don't avoid greeting words like good morning, happy new year. All of these will avoid, or you have to say sorry, I won't answer this. Yes. And another just short essay to say something to them but avoid talking or chatting. Yes. Finally, I have to say thank you to all of the doctors who willing to join us the registry system. All of the data was still uploading now, so I hope the other doctors could also join us. So this is my final slides, and it's a Taiwan UTUC registry system, and yes, we hope our doctors could join us. Thank you for your listening.
Thank you for Professor Dr. Rose's very nice talk. According to his talk, we can see how we make the best use of the connected apps and also the internet, how to improve our the UTUC data registration. And is there any question from the floor? Okay, please.
I'm sorry for asking so